Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. I go by Knitting Me on the internet, and in today's video I will show you guys how to make this gorgeous bracelet right here. I think I'm going to call this the alternating chevron bracelet because as you can see, sorry, not the alternating chevron, the alternating arrow bracelet, because as you can see here, every repeat is a different arrow and it kind of alternates between the colors. So I think that's a very lovely name to call it. I will say this is not my original pattern. The creator of this pattern is called, if I'm correct in the pronunciation, Miko Mix. I hope I'm saying that correct. I will put the name, of course, on the screen, and of course, as always, the pattern will be in the description. Before we get into making this bracelet, I just want to say that this is a beginner pattern, and I will be going very in depth in this tutorial on how to make it. I will go over how to make the loop and the bracelet itself, and then the little triangle ends and the ties. But as always, if this is your first bracelet, I would definitely recommend you start off with a chevron and not this bracelet right here. This is a bit of a more tricky bracelet, even though it is quite beginner friendly. So yeah, if you guys want to make a chevron, I will put my video right up there so that you can learn how to make it. And yeah, as always, if you guys have any questions or anything like that, please feel free to comment. I do try to answer all of my comments. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this video. The materials you're going to need for this bracelet are 5 different colors of embroidery floss. You're also going to need a pair of scissors, obviously, to cut the floss. And you will also need some tape to tape your bracelet down to a flat surface. Or another thing I like to use is a clipboard. I just work on my clipboard kind of from the top, and instead of working on my desk, I like to take my clipboard so I can kind of work around the house or wherever I want to go with it. So that is really nice. And yeah, let's get started with the bracelet. So to start off the bracelet, we're going to first start off by choosing 5 different colors. I really like picking out colors that are quite different from each other. I know that these are quite similar, but I think this bracelet looks really lovely with colors that are very different from each other, just because, as you can see right here, every single arrow that we're going to make is going to be 3 different colors, and every time it kind of alternates between 3 different colors. So I think it looks really, really nice when you make this with colors that are kind of different from each other. These are the colors that I have picked out. I really did try kind of picking out colors that are quite different from each other, so it'd be easier to tell them apart in this video. We're going to start off by cutting 2 meters of each color. So we're going to cut 1 strand 2 meters long, and then we will fold that in half. So I will show you guys what that will look like, but I'm going to start off by cutting 2 meters of each one of these colors, and then I will meet you guys back here. I have just finished cutting all my strands to 2 meters long, and now what I will do is I will fold them in half to create a loop at the top. So I'm just going to find both of my ends and I will just fold those together, and now I have created a loop right there at the top. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to find the middle of that loop right here, and I'm going to just tape that down to my table. So I've made myself a tiny piece of tape right there, and I'm just going to tape that down. Like so. Now that we have taped our strands down, we're going to start making this loop part of the bracelet. So to do that, we're going to first pick out the color we want to make our loop in. I want to do mine in yellow, so I will put that aside to my right side. And before I start making the knots, I just want to say quickly that I am left-handed, which means that I make my knots with my left hand. So I really hope that doesn't confuse anyone out there. I make my knots exactly the same, I just do it with my left hand, so it looks a little bit differently. So to start off the loop part of the bracelet, we're going to take our strand and we're going to start doing backward forward knots. So the way that looks is we're going to make a backward 4 over all of the strands, and then we are going to take our strand right here and we're going to just thread that through the loop that we've made, like so, and then we're going to pull it over. Now make sure you pull this nice and tight, but make sure that your tape doesn't move. And now we're going to do the forward part of the backward forward knot, which is making a 4 with our strand, and we are going to put the strand through, under, and through the loop like this. And we're going to pull that nice and tight. And now we've made a backward forward knot, and we're going to do this 3 more times. So again, we're going to do the backward part of the 4 like this, and under and through the loop, and pull that nice and tight. And again, a 4 with our strand, with our thread, and then we're going to go under and through the loop, like so. And I'm just going to do that 2 more times quickly. And once more. Now we have done this 4 times, and this is what it's supposed to look like. After we've done 4 of those backward forward knots, we are going to continue onward and do 4 more backward forward knots. And then we will have 8 of these little bumps at the top, and that will mean that we are finished doing our loop. So I'm going to do 4 more of these, and then I will meet you guys back here when I have finished those. I've just finished making all of my backward forward knots, and this is what it should look like when I have when you finish the loop. You can see that there's 8 little bumps right there at the top that you can count, and that's when you know you've finished the top part of your loop. Now what we're going to do is we are going to put our strands together like this, and we're going to tape this down to the table like this. So I'm going to quickly tape my bracelet down to the table, and then I will show you guys what we do from there. I have just finished taping down my threads right here, and now what we're going to do is we are going to start working on the teardrop part of the loop, as you can see right here. So to do that, I normally like doing it in kind of an ombre kind of effect. So the way I'm going to do that is we are first going to decide what strings we want where. So the way I like to do it is, as I said, kind of like as an ombre, from like the lightest color to the darkest one when it comes to this bracelet. But you can pretty much decide based on whatever you want. The color that's going to be on the outer corner is going to be the first part of the chevron, as you can see here. The color after that is going to be the little part right here, and then the color after that is going to be the little dots at the edges. So based on that, you can kind of decide where you want your strands, but in this bracelet's case, it doesn't really matter what happens to be where, because in every single different arrow part of the bracelet, the colors alternate. So the way I like to do it is I just kind of pick randomly here, but you want to make sure that both sides are going to mirror each other. So I'm going to start off with my dark green color because that's the color I want to be the first chevron. So I'm going to just take my dark green and kind of pull it out of all of these strands and put it off to the right side. And what we're going to do now is we're going to do backward forward knots as like we did right there on the top. So to do that, we're going to do a backward 4 onto all of the strands that we have right here. And we're going to do a backward 4 and under and through the loop and pull that nice and tight. And make sure that there's like no little gap right there, because there likes to be a small gap where you can kind of see the colors through. So just kind of pull that nice and tight. And now we're going to do the forward part of it. So we're going to do a 4 like that and under and through the loop. And you're going to pull that nice and tight, and we're going to set this green off to the side. And now we're going to do the exact same thing on the other side, but instead of a backward forward knot, we're going to do a forward backward knot. So I'll show you guys what that's going to look like. We're going to just take our green strand right here, and we're just going to pull that through all of the colors. And now we are going to do a forward backward knot. So we're going to do a 4 with our over all of our colors, and we're going to take that string and under and through the loop like this. And we're going to just do the backward part of the knot. So we're going to do a backward 4 and under and through the loop. That's so gorgeous. And that is how you do both of the sides. Now we're going to continue doing this on both sides. So I'm going to go back to my right side, and I'm going to pull out my lighter green color because that's the color I want to be next on the teardrop loop. So I'm going to just pull that lighter green out. And same thing we did, we're going to do a backward forward knot. So backward 4, under and through the loop, and a 4 under and through the loop. I'm going to do the exact same thing on the other side. And we're just going to put this right off to the side, and we're not touching these strands anymore after we've worked them already. So I'm going to take that, that light green, and again, I'm going to do a 4 over all of the threads that I have left, and go under and through the loop. And we're going to do the backward 4 part, backward 4 under through the loop. There we go. And we're going to continue working like that until we have 2 strands left in the middle. So I'm going to just do that quickly, but I will leave the camera on so you can see kind of how that looks like. And now that I have finished that, I'm going to take the 2 strands I have left, which in my case are both the brown strands, and I'm going to do a forward knot between the 2 of them. So the way to do that is I'm just going to do a 4 right there over that brown strand and go under and through the loop. And just pull that nice and tight. Make sure there's no gap, because the gap really likes to, see, if I just kind of loosen that, then there's a bit of a gap, so make sure there's no gap. Kind of hold that with tension, and do another 4 under and through the loop. And I always like to make sure that there is no gap at the top, and then I will pull that nice and tight. You can always hold it like I'm doing right there, and there we go. And now you can see that we have finished our gorgeous loop, and that's what it will look like. So now let's start the bracelet pattern. So let's start our pattern. The pattern isn't too difficult. It repeats itself as well, which makes it a lot easier. So to start our pattern, what we're going to first do is do a chevron on both sides. I'm going to show you kind of the bracelet for reference. So we're going to do a chevron with our green strand right here. So the way to do that is I'm going to start on my right side. Personally, I like starting on the right because I'm left-handed, so backward knots are easier for me to do than forward knots. But if you are right-handed, you can always start on the left side as well. So I'm going to start by taking both of my green strands. I'm going to take the dark green and the light green, and I'm going to do a backward knot with the dark green onto the light green. So the way to do that is I'm going to do a backward 4 and under and through the loop, and finish off that knot with another backward 4 under and through the loop. Now I have finished with this light green strand. I'm going to put it off to the side. And now I'm going to do the exact same thing on the yellow strand with the dark green. So I'm going to take the dark green again and do another backward knot. So dark green, backward 4 onto the yellow strand, under and through the loop. And pull that nice and tight. And again, to finish off that knot, another backward 4 under and through the loop. And I have just made another knot onto the yellow. And I'm going to put that yellow off to the side. And again, take my light brown and take that dark green. And we're going to do another backward knot with the dark green onto the light brown. So another backward 4 under and through the loop. And again, another backward 4 under and through the loop. There we go. We finished with that light brown. And I'm going to put that off to the side. And I'm going to take our dark brown and again, backward 4 under and through the loop. And again, backward 4 under and through the loop. So now we have finished off the right side of these of this chevron. So now what we're going to do is we're going to do the exact same thing on the right side, except with forward knots instead of backward knots. So we're going to put all these strands off to the side because we're not going to be working them. And we're going to go over to the left side and the exact same thing. We're going to take our dark green and our light green, and we're going to do a forward knot with the dark green onto the light green. So again, 4 under through the loop. And again, a 4 under and through the loop. And now we have finished with our light green, so we can put that off to the side. And we're going to take our yellow, and again with our dark green, we're going to make a forward knot onto the yellow. So a 4 under and through the loop. And again, make a 4 under and through the loop. And we have just finished off that knot as well, so we can put off the yellow to the side. And now we're going to take our light brown, because that is the next color in the row. And we are going to do another forward knot with the dark green onto the light brown. So a 4 under and through the loop. And again, a 4 under and through the loop. There we go. And same thing on our brown strand. So we're going to make a 4 under through the loop. And a 4 under and through the loop. And now we have reached with both of our greens into the middle. So the middle is kind of what the mirror image looks like on both sides. And now we're going to take our green that we've been working with. You can take or the right green or the left green. I'm going to take the left one because it's just the knots we've been doing all the way. And we're going to do a forward knot with this the green on the left side onto the green on the right side. So we're going to do a 4 under and through the loop. And oh, that knot has just twisted. You can see that there's a bit of brown. So if that happens to you, you can just pull that back and it will twist back. And a 4 under and through the loop, and just pull that nice and tight. And now we have finished the chevron part of the bracelet. And look how gorgeous that looks. So that means we've done it correctly. Look at that. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna start the kind of main arrow part of the bracelet. So we're going to start making these little V's on the side and these little diamonds in the middle. So we're going to start again. I'm going to start off on my right side right here. And I'm going to start making those little diamonds and those little, I'm not quite sure what to call them, but maybe like those triangles on the side. So to make the triangle, that's what we're going to start off right here, this little triangle on the side. We're going to take our light green strand right there, that is on the most right, and I'm going to take my yellow and I'm going to make a backward knot with the green onto the yellow. I'm going to stop explaining how to do the backward and forward knots because I think I explained them enough already. So I'm just going to do a backward knot with the green onto the yellow. Now I'm going to move on to the dark brown color. I'm going to do another backward knot with the green onto the dark brown. Sorry, onto the light brown. And now that I've finished that, I'm going to take the dark brown color and the light green, and I'm going to do a backward forward knot onto the dark brown. So the way to do that is a backward 4 under through the loop. There we go. And a 4 under and through the loop, like so. And I've done a backward forward knot. And that gives me kind of the first row of that triangle. And I'm going to take my yellow. I'm going to put this aside right there. I'm going to take my yellow and my light brown. And I'm going to do a backward forward knot with my yellow onto my dark brown. So I'm going to do a backward 4 under and through the loop. And a 4 under and through the loop, like so. I'm just going to put my yellow aside, and I'm going to take my light green again, and I've already worked my dark brown kind of to make that little point there. So now I'm going to take my light green and my light brown, and I'm going to do a forward knot with the dark green onto the light brown. So I'm going to do a 4 under and through the loop, and again a 4 under and through the loop, like so. And I'm going to do a forward backward knot with my green onto my yellow. So I'm going to do a 4 under through the loop and a backward 4 under and through the loop. There we go. And now we have made the first little triangle right there, as you can see. And now we're going to do the exact same thing on the other side, but as a mirror image. So wherever we did a backward knot, we're going to do a forward knot, and where we did forward backward knots, we're going to do backward forward knots. And I will show you guys what that looks like because I know it sounds kind of difficult when I just say that out loud. So we're going to take our light green and our yellow, and we're going to do a forward knot with our light green onto our yellow. There we go, forward knot. And we're going to do the exact same with our light green onto the light brown. We're going to just do a forward knot. Like so. And now we're going to take our light green on our dark brown, and we're going to do a forward backward knot. So again, a 4 under and through the loop, and then a backward 4 under and through the loop. And now we're going to put all these strings aside, and we're going to take our yellow and our light brown, and we're going to do a forward backward knot. So we're going to do a 4, go under and through the loop, and a backward 4 under and through the loop. And now again, we're going to take our green and our light brown, and we're going to do a backward knot with our light green onto our light brown. And now we're going to take our light green and our yellow, and we're going to do a backward forward knot. So again, a backward 4 under and through the loop, and a 4 under and through the loop. And now we have finished both of our triangles on both of our sides, as you can see right here, like that. And now we're going to start working on our diamond in the middle. So to make our diamond, we're going to go right into the middle right there, where we have both of our green strings right there. So we're going to find both of those. Now again, I'm going to start working on my right side because that's just easier for me, but you can also start on your left side. And I'm going to take that green and this dark brown, and I'm going to make a forward knot with the green onto the dark brown. Like so. And I'm going to take my dark green and my light brown, and I'm going to make a forward-backward knot with our dark green onto the light brown. There we go, forward, and a backward 4 under and through. There we go. And I'm going to do the exact same thing as a mirror image onto the right side. Sorry, onto the left side, my bad. So I'm going to take that dark green, the other one that I have in the middle, and my dark brown, and I'm going to do a backward knot with the dark green onto the brown. And now I'm going to take my dark green and my light brown, and I'm going to do a backward forward knot. So backward 4 under and through the loop, and then a 4 under and through the loop, like so. And now I have 2 brown strands left in the middle. So I'm going to make sure I can kind of see both of those. And I'm going to do I like doing a backward knot here, but you can also do a forward knot between the 2 browns. So I'm going to do a backward knot, so a backward 4 under and through the loop. And again, a backward 4 under and through the loop. There you go. And now let's just finish off that diamond. So we're going to take our dark green that we've got, and I'm going to start on my right side again. So I'm going to take this dark green and the dark brown, and I'm going to do a backward knot with the dark green onto the dark brown, sorry. And I'm going to do the exact same thing on the left side. So I'm going to take my dark brown, there it is, and my dark green, and I'm going to do a forward knot between the 2. And now I have both of my dark greens in the middle, and I'm going to do a forward knot between the 2 of them. And now we have finished the first diamond and the first triangles of our pattern. And we need to do this another 2 times so that we have 3 diamonds and 3 triangles. So we're going to start making another triangle now. So what we're going to do is we are, again, going to go over to the right side. I'm just going to put these aside. I'm going to put the yellow right over there aside because we're not going to be working that yet. And I'm going to take my light green and my light brown. And I will be making a backward knot between the 2 of them. So a backward knot with the light green onto the light brown. Oh, did you see how that knot just flipped? So I'm just going to pull that back. If your knots flip, just pull on the other color and it should flip back. There we go. And now I'm going to take my light green and my dark brown, and I'm going to make a backward forward knot with a light green onto the dark brown. So a backward 4 and then a 4 under and through the loop. Now I'm going to put this light green aside, and I'm going to take my yellow and my light brown, and I'm going to make a backward forward knot. So again, a backward 4 under and through the loop, and a 4 under and through the loop, like so. And then I'm going to put those aside. I'm going to take my light brown and my my light green, and I'm going to do a forward knot with the light green onto the dark brown. I'm going to take my light green and my yellow, and I'm going to do a forward backward knot. So I'm going to do a 4 under and through the loop, and a backward 4 under and through the loop, like so. And now I've just made another one of those triangles. So that's gorgeous. And now we're going to do the exact same thing mirrored on the other side. So again, I'm going to take my light green. I'm going to put the yellow aside because I won't be using it for a while. And the light brown. and I will be making a forward knot between the light green and the light brown. So again, a 4 under and through the loop, and a 4 under and through the loop. And the same thing between the brown and the light green. So instead of doing a forward knot, now we're going to do a forward backward knot. So we're going to make a 4 under and through the loop, and a backward 4 under and through the loop. Now we're going to put the light green aside, and we're going to take the yellow and the light brown, and we're going to do a forward backward knot. So again, a 4 under and through the loop, and a backward 4 under and through the loop. There we go. And now we're going to take our light green and our light brown, and we're going to do a backward knot between the light green and the light brown. There we go, a backward knot. And then we're going to take our yellow and our light green, and we're going to do a backward forward knot between the light green to the yellow. So again, a backward 4 under and through the loop, and a 4 under and through the loop. And now we've finished another triangle on both sides, and now we're going to do a diamond in the middle. So to make the diamond, again, we're going to find that middle. There we go. I just like parting them into 2. And I'm going to start on the right side. I'm going to take the brown and the green, and I'm going to do a forward knot between the green and the dark brown. So again, a 4 under and through the loop. And I'm going to take the dark green and the light brown, and I'm going to do a forward backward knot with the dark green onto the light brown. So a 4 under and through the loop, and a backward 4 under and through the loop. There we go. And now I'm going to do the exact same thing mirrored on the other side. So I'm going to take the dark green and the dark brown, and I'm going to do a backward knot with the dark green onto the dark brown. So a backward 4 under through the loop, and again another backward 4 under and through the loop. And I'm going to do a backward forward knot with the dark green onto the light brown. So again, a backward 4 under and through the loop, and a 4 under and through the loop. There we go. And now again, I'm going to find my middle. So that means both of the brown strands, and I'm going to do a backward knot between the both of them. So a backward 4 under through the loop, and again, a backward 4 under and through the loop. And now I'm going to take my green strand on the on the right side, my bad. And I'm going to do a backward knot with the dark green onto the dark brown. So a backward 4 under and through the loop. There we go. And I'm going to mirror that exact same thing on the other side. So I'm going to take my dark brown and my dark green, and I'm going to do a forward knot between the dark green and the brown. And now that I have finished that, I'm going to move into the center. I have both of my dark greens, and I'm going to do a forward knot between both of the dark greens. And that's what it should look like. And now we have 2 of the triangles and 2 of the diamonds in the middle. And we're going to just do that exact same thing one more time so that we have 3 diamonds and 3 triangles. And yeah, I'll show you guys how to do that one more time, and then we will finish all of our rows. So to do that, again, what we're going to do is we're going to go onto our right side. We're going to take our light green and our light brown. We're going to do a backward knot between the 2 of them. Now we're going to take our dark brown and our light green, and we're going to do a backward forward knot with our light green onto our dark brown. We're going to go back to the right side, and we're going to take our the yellow and the light brown, and we're going to do a backward forward knot with our yellow onto the light brown. We're going to take our light brown and our light green, and we're going to do a forward knot with our light green onto our light brown. And we're going to take our light green and the yellow, and we're going to do a forward backward knot with the light green onto the light yellow. There we go. We've just made another triangle on the right side, and I'm going to just do the exact same mirrored thing on the left side. So again, I'm going to take my light green and my light brown, and I'm going to do a forward knot between the two of them. And I'm going to take my light green and my dark brown, and I'm going to do a forward backward knot. Then I'm going to put these two aside and go over to my left side, and I'm going to take my yellow and my light brown and do a forward backward knot with the yellow onto the light brown. Then I'm going to go back and take my light green and my light brown, and I'm going to do a backward knot with the light green onto the light brown. And then I'm going to take my yellow and my light green, and I'm going to do a backward forward knot with the light green onto the yellow. And now we have made another triangle on the side. Now we're going to go back into the middle, and I'm going to make the last diamond. So I'm going to, again, part the two, and I'm going to take my dark green, and I'm going to start on my right side. And I'm going to take the dark green and the dark brown, and I'm going to do a forward knot with the dark green onto the brown. And I'm going to take my light brown and my dark green, and I'm going to do a forward backward knot with the dark green onto the brown. Now I'm going to mirror that exact same thing on the other side. So I'm going to take my dark green and my dark brown, and I'm going to do a backward knot with the dark green onto the brown. I'm going to take my dark green and my light brown, and I'm going to do a backward forward knot with the dark green onto the light brown. Now I'm going to take both of my brown in the middle, both of my brown strands in the middle, and I'm going to be doing a backward knot between the both of them. But as I said, you can do any knot you want between the two colors. Now I'm going to take my dark green and my brown, and I'm going to do a backward knot with the dark green onto the brown. And I'm going to mirror that exact same thing on the other side. So I'm going to take my dark green and my dark brown, and I'm going to do a forward knot with the dark green onto the brown. And now I'm going to take both of my dark greens and do a forward knot between the two of them. And there we go. Now we finished our last little diamond, and we finished all of our triangles on the first part of one arrow. So now what we're going to do is we are going to just kind of finish this off. So to finish off the arrow, we're going to take our light green, and we're going to put our yellow aside because we've already worked that. If you can see right here, you can see we've already worked a knot onto our yellow. So now we're going to take our light green and our light brown, and we're going to do a backward knot with the light green onto the yellow, onto the dark brown. Sorry, onto the light brown. There we go. And now we're going to take our light green and our dark brown, and we're going to work another backward knot with the light green onto the dark brown. Basically what we're doing is we're making a chevron again into the middle, and we're going to take our dark green and our light green and do a backward knot between the two of them. There you go. And we're going to do the exact same thing mirrored on the other side. So just the same thing with forward knots. So we're going to put our yellow aside. We're going to take our light green and our light brown, and we're going to do a forward knot with the light green onto the light brown. And again, we're going to take our dark brown and our light green, and we're going to do a forward knot with the light green onto the dark brown. And the light green and the dark green, and we're going to do a forward knot with the light green onto the dark green. And last but not least, we're going to take both of our light greens, and we're going to do a forward knot between the two of them. And there we go. We've just finished one of the arrows, and now what we're going to do is you're going to just start doing everything we did from the beginning. So again, we're going to take the yellows and you're going to make a chevron into the middle. And then you're just going to continue onward with this video. You can just take it back to what we did at the beginning. And yeah, you're just going to repeat this about 6 times. I like repeating it 6 times because it gives me the length of about 15 centimeters or 6 inches. So this is my preferred length for a bracelet. So I just repeat the same thing 6 times. And yeah, and that's it. You will be finished with your bracelet. So I will meet you guys back here after you've repeated this exact same thing 6 times. And I will show you guys how to make this gorgeous ending right here and how to make the ties. I've just finished doing all of the repeats of the arrows and I have gotten to the end and I want to show you guys how to make these gorgeous triangle ends right here. So first of all, I'm going to just fasten this to my table. So I'm just going to put some tape down. There we go. And now let's start working on the ends. So to begin, again, I'm going to start on my right side just because it's easier for me. I'm going to take both the yellow and the light brown. And I am going to take this light brown and I'm going to be doing a forward backward knot with the light brown onto the yellow. So that would be forward backward knot. There we go, and we're going to just pull that nice and tight. And now we're going to hold both the light brown and the yellow together in one hand. And then we're going to take the brown, and again, I'm going to do a forward backward knot, so 4 under and through the loop, and a backward 4 under and through the loop. Now I'm going to take, again, hold together the brown, the dark brown with the other colors. And I'm going to take the green, the dark green, and again, I'm going to do a forward backward knot. There we go. And same thing for the light green. So I'm going to hold the dark green with all the rest of my colors. And again, I'm going to do a backward forward knot. I'm sorry, a forward backward knot. That was incorrect. There we go. And now we have done this gorgeous side. We've just put all of our colors together. And we're going to do the exact same thing on the other side. So I'm just going to mirror it again. So I'm going to put these colors aside. I'm going to take these two, both the yellow and the light brown. I'm going to do a backward forward knot with the light brown onto the yellow. There we go, hold that tight. And now I'm going to hold it together with the yellow, the light brown and the yellow together. And then I'm going to take the brown, the dark brown, and I'm going again to do a backward forward knot with the dark brown onto the rest of my strings. There we go. Now I'm going to hold the dark brown with the rest of my colors, and I'm going to take the dark green and again do a backward forward knot onto all of the strands. And same thing for the light green, a backward forward knot onto all of the colors. And there we go. We've just created these gorgeous ends, and I will now show you how to do the ties at the end. So first of all, you're going to just kind of pick out how you want them to be. So you're going to need 2 colors to kind of swirl them together on. So I'm just going to put one of the ties aside. So I'm going to just put those aside. I'm going to take these 2. I've chosen to put both my greens together and my brownish colors together. And I'm going to start twisting them both to the same side. So I'm going to twist mine to the left like this. So you can see I'm twisting them, and I'm going to twist both of them towards the left. And then I'm going to twist them both between them to the right. So I'm twisting to the left, twisting to the right, twisting the colors themselves to the left, and I'm twisting between them to the right. And then you'll see that these gorgeous ties start to form. So you're just going to continue that onward. Normally the way I like to measure it is I just take my pinky and I go like this, and when it reaches about down here, that's when I like to tie it off, just because it's pretty long, so no matter who you give the bracelet to, it should fit them. And yeah, that's it. You're just going to do that until you get to the end, and you will tie an overhead knot. So I will quickly finish this and I'll show you how to do that. So yeah, you can see right here, it reaches about down here, even further than what I would normally like to do. So I'm just going to hold that tightly, and I'm going to tie an overhead knot, just a normal knot, right? You just loop it around your fingers and through, and then I'm going to just fasten that off right there at the edge. And there we go. I just like pulling every single one of these colors so that it really is nice and tight. And I'm just going to do the exact same thing on the other side. So yeah, I will quickly do that and I'll meet you guys here when I am completely finished with this bracelet. Guys, I've just finished making the second tie. As you can see, it's a little bit longer. Sometimes I like leaving them a bit longer so that you can put one of the ends through, and then it's a bit longer when you tie it, so they're kind of even at the end after you've tied both of them. And what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to cut both of the edges off. The way I like to do it is I just put them between my fingers like this, and then, sorry, I need the other way around so it'll be easier for me to cut. And then I just cut it kind of where my finger ends. And that's the length that I like it to be, kind of at the edges. They're a bit crooked, but that's fine. And yeah, guys, that is it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I really enjoyed making it after the really long hiatus I've had from YouTube. So yeah, I really enjoy this bracelet. This is probably one of my favorite bracelets. And yeah, guys, if you enjoyed this video, I would really appreciate it if you would give this a big thumbs up. And if you like this type of content, I hope you would consider subscribing. Yeah, I hope you guys have a good day, and bye guys.